What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about why I am getting the Dead Space remake. This is my preview series where I take a look at a game and talk about, well, whether I'm getting it, not getting it, or I'm somewhere in the middle. And this one's an easy one for me. I mean, the year kind of starts out, well, I actually not for sure like this. Forspoken technically is first, before this game. Fire Emblem, even, right? There's a Fire Emblem game that releases. So Dead Space, I believe, is kind of third if you don't count the Persona games. The year actually starts very, very quickly, but Dead Space Remake comes out January 27th, 2023, and it looks phenomenal. So for me, this is a very easy, I'm getting it, right? I love the original Dead Space a lot. And granted, I've asked this question before, how much better can it actually get? Well, from what we've seen so far, I do have a lot of confidence that this is going to take a lot of steps in the right direction. The game looks like it was made in 2022, 2023, whichever year I guess you want to consider it. And that should really help, right? I mean, a horror game like Dead Space, the sounds, which have also kind of been enhanced, the look, right? The kind of dread, the atmosphere of where you are, I think honestly all very much helps the horror aspect of it. Again, how much can they actually change from the base game? Not a lot, and I don't really want anything to be changed. Now, we do know, right, that Isaac can talk now. We know, obviously, Isaac can talk as of Dead Space 2 onward, but obviously in the original Dead Space, he did not talk. That has always been the major thing for me that I have been concerned about. Not like his voice acting quality, like it is the guy who does him, so I'm not worried about that. But there's something to me personally that's kind of special about the first Dead Space, and I mean, for actually many reasons, right? But partially because Isaac doesn't talk. And so you end up having maybe awkward like scenarios where, as I was watching, some of this game is, already out. IGN has done a lot of gameplay of this game. You think of like towards the beginning when you're kind of watching the team get absolutely obliterated, right? And Isaac doesn't talk. Well, I mean, that's a little awkward in the sense that he has absolutely no reaction to, those things happening. Now Isaac can talk, and I believe in the exact same scene, he still doesn't really, emote or do anything like that. So it's still awkward, but it's almost awkward for a different reason now, where it's like, oh, so you talk now, but you're not going to react to certain gigantic events that are happening around you. So it's going to be, and is that a negative? I mean, it's something I kind of like chuckle at almost. I don't really think it's going to massively bring down the game or anything, but it is going to be interesting, and this is something I'm going to be kind of looking for because it will be some sort of new thing, let's say. How does Isaac, do in this game? Like, where does he talk? Where do they insert that kind of voice, and where don't they? Where do they pull off and say, he doesn't need to talk here? Because again, overall, I do think there was kind of something special to him just, being talked to in the first Dead Space, and him just experiencing all this stuff, and he's just silent, and we're the ones, that are experiencing it, I guess, at home. So, beyond that, I mean, the rest of the changes, I think, are all very, very much positive. There's no controversy whatsoever with it, and even the voice, right? I think for everybody that maybe doesn't like it, there's somebody who does. I'm kind of in the middle. Again, like, I don't necessarily know how it's going to go. It could be a really good change. It could be a really bad change, but everything else looks like a very, very faithful remake. And I mean, that's kind of the point here, right? Is to make the first Dead Space, at this point, a somewhat old game, bring it up to current times, and have technology do its thing, being able to not have any loading screens, right? That's something they've kind of gloated about, that they're doing the God of War angle, where the whole thing is just going to be loaded in the first time you jump in, so you're going to be able to go backwards, forwards, and it's all loaded in. It's like kind of the one-shot camera idea. I love that. I think that's a really good idea, and that should keep you immersed in the world. Like, that should overall help, right? That should keep you immersed into the world. So I'm really looking forward to this game. This game, to me, and I think other people have said this as well, and even though like the Iron Man thing kind of stops it, I thought this game was kind of a test, right, for the team, for Motive, because, making Dead Space again, being able to prove that you understand Dead Space, and then do you do Dead Space 2 remake? Do you make Dead Space 4? Do you do a Dead Space reboot? Like, we've seen this, like Crash Bandicoot, even like SpongeBob, right? Remaking Battle for Bikini Bottom, and then now doing the Cosmic Shake. Crash Bandicoot, remaking it, then making brand new Crash games. There is like a roadmap to how these things work, where you remake a game, see if it still works in the modern day, it works or it doesn't, and then if it does work, you make more of them and you use that studio because they kind of know what they're doing now. The issue is Motive is moving on to Iron Man immediately, or they maybe already have after Dead Space, right? So will the, and I'll talk about this in future videos, or once Dead Space Remake is out and people have played it, like, where is the future for the franchise? I think there is a future, but I feel like it's gonna have to wait now for Iron Man to come out. So we may not see another Dead Space game for like another 4, 5, 6 years, which is kind of weird because I think they were kind of setting it up for it to be like immediate. But I think the game just, I keep saying it, but I do think the game just looks phenomenal every time I've seen the game. And they've been very, transparent in all of their, they've had the Twitch live streams where they've talked about pretty much every aspect of building this game. I mean, I really do think they care, and I'm really looking forward to playing it. Again, a game that, to me, if you just told somebody that this game came out this year and it wasn't even a remake, right? And I don't even think remake is part of the name. Maybe it is. Maybe it's like super small. But if you just told somebody, hey, yeah, this is a 2023 game, I think they'd believe you because everything looks like it's now. And it's just, this is one of those games where when you have those side-by-side comparisons, right? And you look at, okay, the original, and then you have like the middle of the screen line, and then you have like the new game. This one is like night and day. It really is. It's night and day in terms of just how better the lighting is and how better, like, the fog and, all of this, and the sound quality and all this stuff. I mean, I really think they're going to nail it here. And like I've said before, with Callisto Protocol out of the way, not in a negative way to Callisto, but Callisto Protocol was the new thing, right, from the maker of Dead Space, and people were excited. I was very excited, and now that that's gone, now here we are, and nothing stands in Dead Space's way from, I think, crushing it. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Are you getting it? You gonna wait on it? Let me know. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. If you want to follow or support me anywhere else, all my social media, including our Patreon and YouTube memberships, is in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.